In this video, we are going to discuss the equation of a straight line. If this is your first time of viewing, kindly follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and my Facebook page. All my names there are Esomnofo Online Math. Okay, now before you get to understand the equation of a straight line, a good knowledge of gradient is very important. In my last video, I discussed the gradient of a straight line, so you can go and review it so that you'll be able to get the equation of a straight line very well. Okay, now normally equation of a straight line is given by y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the gradient or slope and c is the intercept on y-axis. Intercept on the y-axis. So intercept is just the point where the slope is cutting the y-axis. Now take a look at this graph here. You have your y-axis and you have your x-axis now. So assuming I draw a slope here, you now see that this slope is touching this y-axis at this point. Therefore, here is c, which we call the intercept. Now, gradient is just the measure of the increase in y to the increase in x. You can take any two convenient points, let's say this 2 point and this 2 point. Remember, the gradient of a straight line is the same at anywhere on the line. So therefore, you can take any two convenient points, but let it not be too small. So here is change in y here is change in x. Remember, that change in x is the same thing as x2 minus x1. Y change in y is y2 minus y1. Let this point be our y2, this point be our y1, this point be our x2, and this particular point be our x1. Therefore, our gradient m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the formula. Now I will now have or rather, if you don't want to call here y2, you are free to call it y. If you don't want to call here x2, you are free to call it x. So this can be y and this can still be x. That is something, provided is bearing y for y-axis and x for x-axis. Now, since we have that m is equal to x minus, m is equal to y minus y1 over x minus x1. If I'm to cross multiply here, y minus y1 with times 1, we shall have y minus y1 equals m times this will give me m into x minus x1. So you can now see that this has given us another equation which is different from this, even though they are the same thing. This is the formula we use in getting equation of a straight line. Y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. Remember, this m is a gradient of the line.